This is one we don't do real often. We do it every now and then, but we're going to do road cases. I moved to Athens, Georgia back in 1994, and I needed a guitar real bad. All of a sudden, I'm in a town with 300 plus bands, and everybody's playing, and there's all these cool places to go do rock shows, and all I had was this really piece of shit guitar that just wasn't up to the job. And I needed one, and I didn't have no money, so I started driving over to Atlanta, which is about an hour and a half away, and scouring their different music stores and pawn shops, trying to find something worth the shit that I could afford. Eventually I found that guitar at a place called Clark Music Shop that's now long gone. I think it's a Starbucks or something now. Such is what happens to our beautiful cities when all the white people start moving back. And I got that guitar, and it didn't cost too much, and he gave me credit even though I didn't really have a job and I played guitar. And I thank you, sir. But not without making the following observation, because over that period of time, I went to all these different music stores all over the metro Atlanta area, and every single one I went to had at least one piece of gear, usually a big old oversized amp, back in a dark corner with cobwebs, and ARS, spray painted in white paint and stenciled on the case. And once upon a time, ARS stood for a band out of the Atlanta area called the Atlanta Rhythm Section, and they had a bunch of hit records, and they played sold-out concerts all over the world, and they sold millions and millions of records, and they were big rock stars. But fame is a fleeting thing. And in 1980, they invented this thing called MTV, and all of a sudden there wasn't a place on TV for rock stars that looked like Paul Goddard. And so Atlanta Rhythm Section started selling less and less records, and they started playing in smaller and smaller venues. But you got all these bills you gotta pay. I mean, you got the mortgage for that big old house and that other house out on the lake. And you got all that gear, and you got all them people depending on you. And you got the ex-wives to pay and the ex-ex-wives to pay. And don't forget the child support, motherfucker. They'll put you in jail. So first you sell the road case, and then you sell what was in it. First you sell the road case, and then you sell what was in it. And in 1994, there wasn't a single music store in the metro Atlanta area that didn't have at least one piece of gear somewhere in a corner with cobwebs and ARS spray painted in white. This is a love song. It's called Road Cases.